Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Sims 4 Willow Springs rotation. This is an update video. I recorded a video a while back talking about my new rotational gameplay that I'm doing off screen, and I provided a little bit of an update when I finished round 1 of how my households are going and a sort of more in-depth explanation of what it is I'm doing. But to boil it down to simplest form, I am playing a rotational style game in The Sims 4 where I'm playing all of the households from Willow Creek and Oasis Springs, and I'm calling it my Oasis Springs rotation. I've also added in families of my own, and I'm playing in a save file that I made, so all of the lots and the houses look a bit different. But I just wanted to give you an update because I've just finished round 2, so I'll provide some screenshots which are from the Tumblr page. I have a page on Tumblr where I'm like posting all the screenshots from this rotation, so if you're interested in looking at that, there'll be a link down below. But yeah, hopefully you saw the last video. I will link it if not, and that will kind of give you some context. But I've just finished round 2. I actually have started round 3. I'm like a few households into round 3. I'm just so super excited. I just got a little bit addicted to it, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of brought back that old style of feel with The Sims where like I just can't stop playing it. I don't want to stop playing it. I'm just excited. And I just have all these interesting storylines going on, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So if you don't know, I have 12 households, and the idea is that obviously there'll be like marriages and things that happen, and the households will eventually condense down a little bit, but at the moment there's 12 households I'm playing with. The first house is the BFFs, and since I last updated you, Travis and Liberty have got together. Summer she likes to play games a little bit. She likes to wind them up, so she sometimes flirts quite openly with Travis, which gets Liberty a little bit upset. But Summer is now dating Jay Huntington, and I will give you a little spoiler for round 3. She's actually had a baby. They're not really officially together, girlfriend, boyfriend. They're kind of dating, but she's actually had a baby. I don't even know what the gender or the name is of the baby. It just happened whilst I was playing another household. So Travis and Liberty are together, and they are engaged actually. Liberty popped the question, so that's interesting. And Summer, I think, has still got a little crush on Travis, and I think Travis has also got a little bit of a crush on Summer, so there's potential drama going to happen in that household. The second household is the Basu family. So Saeed is a food critic. He is currently level 4. His daughter finished at the end of round 2. She finished school and she got to A grade, and she completed her childhood aspiration, which was to be a rambunctious scamp, so that was really good. They had another child in the last round called Jay. Jay's now a child. He's just started school, and Saeed and Zoe Patel, they've actually got married now in round 3. So I'll provide you some screenshots for round 3 next time I update you. But yeah, they just got married, and it was a beach wedding, and it was very nice. The next family is the Pancakes. So the Pancake family have 2 dogs, and they have 2 kids. They're toddlers now. Their kids are called Sam and Freddie, and their marriage is a little bit strained. Eliza's doing really well in the business career. She's level 7, whilst Bob is he's getting a little bit better. He's now level 3 in the culinary career. I think in the last round he was like level 1. And they are still married, they're still together, but they're kind of like, they're almost like roommates. The romance is dead, I tell you, it is dead. They're almost like roommates. It's kind of sad. And Bob has he's been working for his aspiration. He's just had a gold dinner party, and he's reached level 10 of cooking, so he's doing really well. I'm going to get him to work on his gourmet cooking and baking skill. The next family is the Millers. So Zara has 2 children from a previous marriage, and she's now dating Gavin Richards. They've just got engaged, and yeah, not too much going on. Next time I play them, I think their daughter is going to age up. Jenny is going to age up into a teen. She's the same age as Mira in the Basu household. So they'll be going off to university soon, and there might even be some other people in the neighbourhood that are joining them. Then we have the Nana household. Not too much happening with these, actually. I think they might die soon. I think maybe by the end of round 3 they might die. They've only got like 2 or 3 days left, but I don't know how many bonus days they got. They just adopted a doggo, and yeah, there's not too much going on. They're focusing on the garden, knitting, all of their skills, and just like looking after their family. So the Millers who live across the road are their daughter and grandchildren. So they're kind of just like, yeah, looking after. I'm just kind of scared they're going to die soon. It's kind of sad. Then we have the Goth family. So we have Cassandra has gone off to university. She went off to university with Malcolm Landgrab. They were the same age group, so they went off to university together. So that's why she's not part of the household. Bella and Mortimer have had another child. They've had a daughter called Christina. And Alex is still a child, but he will be aging up to a teen as well. So he'll be going off to university soon with some of my other characters I've already talked about. Some of these households are full of just randomers. So to be honest, just so I can keep myself track of who I've got where, I'll just kick out these randomers. They're not part of my rotation. The final family in Willow Creek are the Kim Lewises. Oh my god, the drama, the tea. Oh, I love it. So Alice and Eric have had another baby. Yes, they had another child called Lily. So they just had another baby. Yeah, there's stuff going on in this household. So Dennis was online dating and he got chatting to a lady. He thought she was a little older, more of his age group. And he went to meet her to have a date because they were chatting back and forth. He fell head over heels, hadn't even met the girl. They went out for a date and he discovered it was Dina Caliente. And she was a lot younger than what she told him. And he was like, oh, she couldn't possibly be interested in me. What's going on here? But they had their date. They hit it off. Dina was very charming. Very, very, very charming. And Dennis has just fallen head over heels. Dina is a fortune sim. So she is a bit of a... she's after the money, basically. And she convinced Dennis, after a few more dates, to invite her over, and she saw his mansion. They've got a really big house, huge 3-story house. They've got a giant pool, hot tub, huge house. And as soon as Dina saw that, she was like, right, I need to seal the deal. And she managed to sort of woo Dennis until he proposed to her. So Dina Caliente is going to marry Dennis for his money. And Dennis announced his engagement, and his daughter and son-in-law were not happy in the slightest, and there was a big fight. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Dina, oh my god, she's also sort of seen Don Lothario on the side, so that's not good. Okay, so moving over to Oasis Springs, we have the Landgrab family. Malcolm's gone off to university with Cassandra Goth, so that just leaves Nancy and Jeffrey and their daughter, who they had in the last round, whose name is Josephine. So Josephine's now a child, and they also have their other son, Johnny Zest, but obviously he lives in his own place. We'll get to him in a bit. The only drama that's happening here is Jeffrey has been flirting away with the maid. So he's been his eyes are being strayed away from Nancy, so he's been flirting away with the maid, and they've had a little hot tub time together. And Nancy's so fixated on her 2 sons that she hasn't even noticed. So Malcolm's basically been sneaking over to see his brother Johnny, giving him some money, helping him out because Johnny lives in a trailer park. He's like a struggling comedian. He's been kicked out by his family because they don't approve of his career choice. And Nancy's just so angry that Malcolm, the apple of her eye, keeps going over to see Johnny, even though she's forbid it. And so she's so fixed on that, she's not paying attention to what's going on in her own marriage. So moving on, we have the Calientes. So Dina's obviously moved in with the Dennis Kim and his family. Katrina is seeing Don Lothario. Nina is seeing Don Lothario, as well as many other people. Nina is a romance sim, so she wants to have multiple relationships, woohoo lots of people, kiss lots of people. So I've been working through that aspiration. Katrina's seeing Don, Dina's seeing Don, and Nina's seeing Don, but none of them know it. And they had a Christmas meal, and Katrina invited Don over, thinking she was going to introduce him as a new boyfriend to her daughters, a bit of a young mad. She's like a cougar, and Don's her latest catch. But he managed to convince her not to say anything, and he's kind of got Dina, Nina, and Katrina on the go, all keeping secrets from each other. So how he's getting away with that, I have no idea. He's just using the old Don Lothario charm offensive. So the other latest update is Nina and Johnny Zest have had a baby together. So Nina's seeing loads of people. She's quite she's not really sort of told anyone she's taken anything seriously. She's been quite open that she's not up for a serious relationship, but she did fall pregnant, and Johnny's the father, and I made a mistake actually. So the Goth's daughter is called Ariana, and Nina's daughter is called Christina. I just thought Katrina, Dina, Nina, and Christina. I thought that goes together quite well. So yeah, so Nina has had a baby. She's not really family oriented at all, but yeah, she has had a child with Johnny Zest of all people. Speaking of Johnny, so Johnny is working his way through the comedian, the entertainment career. He's level 3. He's doing quite well. He's working on guitar skill as well, and as well as his comedy. So he's just trying to scrape by, make a living. He's got not a lot of money. He has a couple of roommates who are living in the trailers opposite his, and yeah, he just wants to become famous and show his parents that like he can get by on his own 2 feet. He has been accepting some cash donations from his brother, but other than that, he's just trying to make it on his own. I should say that Katrina Caliente is also in the entertainment career, and she's doing really well. She's like 2 levels above Johnny, so she's doing pretty well. And Nina is just working in a retail career, like a part-time career. She's level 2. So then we have the Bachelors, which is Don Lothario and Jack Cooper. Jack Cooper is the father and the ex-husband of the Miller family in Willow Creek. He's tried to start like seeing his kids, and he's tried to start like exercising. He's a very lazy, slobby sim. He's got like just a job in fast food industry, and he doesn't really take care of himself really. And he's kind of been taken under the wing by Don, and he's out there going out night clubbing and flirting and trying to have a good time, but I don't think it's who he is down to a T. So he's recently sort of turned over a new leaf, and he's trying to like work on his fitness and seeing his kids and getting himself back on a straight and narrow. And he's made some more other friends outside of just Don, so I think hopefully they'll turn him around a little bit. Don is in the scientist's career. He's working his way through that pretty well. I think he's like level 3 right now, so he's doing pretty good. He's also seeing a number of ladies around town. Of course, it's Don Lothario, as well as all the Calientes. He's seeing like various other people, which is always fun to play. Finally, we have the roomies, and they're down to 2, although I think people may be moving into this house, or people might be moving out of this house. So we obviously Gavin used to live here. He's now moved in with his fiance in Willow Creek. So we have Mitchell Kalani. Mitchell's into his cooking, his gardening. He's got some chickens out the back. He's a very sort of wholesome guy. He's very good. He hasn't really got a love interest right now, and he's level 3 in the culinary career. So he's just befriended Bob Pancakes. So they're both in the culinary career, and they're both kind of similar. So they've both become friends, which I really like. I really like them being friends. And then Jay, of course, has just he's dating Summer. I think he really likes Summer. He's one of these other people that's in Don's little lads club, but I think he actually wants to take his relationship with Summer quite seriously. They're both active sims. They're both in the fitness career, and they've just had a baby together. So maybe he's going to ask Summer to move in with him, or he's going to move in with Summer into the BFF household. I don't know. But I think maybe with Travis and Liberty getting married soon, I think maybe Summer will end up moving into the roomie household. So the final thing to say is I did start round 3, and I added in what I'm calling a university household. So for this round it is Malcolm and Cassandra, and I'm playing university for 1 week. I have a mod that lets me decide how many classes they need to do to pass, and I've got it down as 4. So they just need to take 3 classes and an elective, or 4 classes for a week, and then they'll pass university. And if I do want to slow it down for any reason, I can say like do 2 classes and then do another week of 2 classes. So yeah, so that's a pretty handy mod for a rotation, because otherwise it's just, I find it's too long. University's too long. I want to get back to going around the houses. So what I tend to do is when the teens have got like maybe halfway through, sometimes a little longer, if they've got like 5 days left of their teenage years, then I tend to age them up myself and move them to university. So for those of you who are interested in my spreadsheet, so I have been doing my spreadsheet. I went through this in quite a lot of detail in the last video, so obviously watch that if you're interested. And I also have a blank copy up for download, so if you want to download a copy of this, feel free. I might update it with the additional things I've added. So some of the things I added, so I have one random list generator to decide my sim's sexual orientation. So when they're born or when they age up, at whatever point I want to decide their sexual orientation, I just go down this list of random numbers, and I can extend it. If I get to the bottom of this list, I can just extend it. I have another random number generator which tells me what degree they're going to do. I only really do this if I haven't got a solid idea of what I want my Sims to do. Then I have a random number list for wants children, open to the idea of children but isn't like bothered either way, and then doesn't want children. And then I have another random list for the there's a mod that will give your sim another kind of trait based on the Sims 2 traits, like creativity, family, fortune, pleasure, popularity, romance. I've got a random number generated for that. I will link that mod down below. The other thing I added into my spreadsheet, just my own interest, is my I added in like a family tree. It's a bit complicated. I need to use a better system, but I just want to make sure like I'm not having first cousins get married and stuff like that. I don't want any stuff like that going on in my game. I also have a graveyard spreadsheet, so when someone dies, no one's died yet, I will be moving their whole information packet over to there, because I just like to, I find it interesting like in the future to have that to hand. And I also have a tab of like who I think I want to partner up with who. So I have my like starting young adults, adults and elders, and I have like who I'm possibly, it's not set in stone, it's just ideas of who I'm pairing up with who. I have my starting teens, so Cassandra and Malcolm, and who they're dating. Then I have the starting, what I call, they were kids, they were children, and who I might pair them up with. My starting toddlers, babies that were born in round 1, babies that were born in round 2, and I'm just kind of like populating the list so I can start pairing people up. Like I said, I will put this up for download if you want, if you're interested. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't watch the first one, this is probably like just a load of nonsense. So I definitely suggest you check out the first video. But I've had so much fun with this. I'm really enjoying this. I cannot wait for the new patch to come out. I'm recording this on the 22nd of July, and I'm assuming the new patch for the high school pack is going to come out soon. So I'm kind of excited to see, because we're going to have wants and fears to play with. We're going to have the sexual orientation stuff that's going to come into it. And I just think it's going to be so exciting, and it's going to add so much to this rotation gameplay. Oh, I would like to add as well, when I did the last video, Neighborhood Stories had just started. So I haven't really played around with it too much. I kind of just turned it off for my household. So, but I have had pop-ups. So like when I was playing the pancakes, and it popped up with Bella phoning to say, should we have another baby? And I just like chose the most you decide for yourself kind of option. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little update video. I'm really having so much fun. Let me know if you're playing a rotation, or if this has inspired you to play a rotation. And I'd love to hear about the drama that's happening in your games. And I will see you in another video. Bye guys.